What's up, everybody? It's another episode of Intellectually Honest, unedited, uncut, and we're going to get right into it. Before we get started, though, I need y'all to please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, most definitely hit that notification bell if you like Bulls content, if you like Celtics content, if you like Lonzo Ball content, and a little bit of everything sprinkled in between. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and let me know you rocking with what I'm doing. Anyway, without further ado, we can go ahead and open up. So I know if y'all been tapped into the Chicago Bulls season, if y'all been tapped into Lonzo Ball and how he's been doing out there in any kind of meaningful way, then I know you heard the bad news, adding insult to injury, when it rains it pours, that kind of thing. Lonzo Ball, we know he's missed the last few games with knee soreness. But now it's come out he's been diagnosed actually with a bone contusion in that knee, and that could keep him out. If I know anything about bone contusions, that's gonna put him out for at least a couple weeks to a month, likely. And as we discussed in my last video, the Bulls seem to be crumbling right now, and this is just not the news they needed. DeMar DeRozan and Vooch, I think we've seen enough. They can, despite them being two all-stars, despite the chemistry that they may have from, I think their college days, they can't do it. They need Zach LaVine back, which he should be back sooner rather than later, hopefully. And they need Zoe back. But, yeah, this news is just bad news, man. How are we feeling about this? It's not going to be a long video. I just kind of, it's like a quick, temp check. I just want to see how we feeling about this. How we feeling about the Bulls and their ability to kind of maintain through this kind of rough patch. We thought the worst was behind us with the health and safety protocols and all that jive, but man, this stuff right here, it just keeps happening. It keeps coming, and yeah, it's not what you want to see. It's not what you want to hear. But there is a silver lining. There is a silver lining because I think I read that Alex Caruso should be back. The Caruso should be back at some point. I think tonight actually. I think Caruso was already ready to come back, but I think it was just a matter of conditioning. And yeah, I think that he should be back tonight. And if that's the case, then that's a huge silver lining for the Chicago Bulls. Because Caruso can kind of do a little bit what Lonzo does in terms of his IQ and his ability to see the game. But yeah, how we feeling about them? What's the temperature on the Bulls right now? How we feeling? Are we ready to call it panic time? Like I said, I said before that one loss was not a one-off, the one against the Nets. Now they lost 4 straight. And yeah, how we feeling? Now this injury update, it's just it seems like it's going from bad to worse for the Chicago Bulls. So yeah, like I said, this is not gonna be a long video. I just kind of wanted to get a quick temp check on the situation. They played tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it's against the who they play against? It's the Cavs. So is it the Cavs? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I got a lot going on around. It's a lot of movement. Yeah, you gotta. I'm like Lonzo Ball in that way. You gotta keep your head on a swivel. There's a lot of movement going on out here at where I live. I was like, okay, anywho, yeah, so how we feeling about the Bulls? Let me know in the comments. Get active in the comments. Is this news enough to kind of break it? And where would the Bulls land at? Because they're kind of, like I said, they're on the slide right now. And it's no telling how long this losing streak could last, because the Cavaliers they're not no pushover team. This is not the Cavs of last season. The Cavs, they just knocked off the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie. So, yeah, so, I mean, how bad can this thing get? No Lonzo, no LaVine, I don't think tonight. How bad can this thing get? Well, yeah, how long before we right the ship? And then when we come back, and the thing is, when everything comes back, now seeing how, I guess the limitations of the isolation game, seeing how that's played out so far, like where do the Bulls go from here? Is it a situation where they're going to start to kind of try to play the way they intended and speed up a little bit and like more pace and space and kind of have the mid-range game, the isolation mid-range game as a backup? Or is it just going to be back to business as usual? Because for what it's worth, they were winning, but also for what it's worth, I think they are kind of getting exposed for being kind of one-dimensional in that way. Like it's kind of like DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, your turn, my turn kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully everything gets back to normal soon. Shout out to Lonzo. Hopefully he gets well soon. Hopefully it's not as bad as we think it is. Hopefully he'll be back as soon as possible. As far as knee contusions go. And yeah, this is just hopefully this is like just as bad as it gets though, man, because luckily they haven't gotten to we haven't even gotten to the All-Star break yet. And you know, that means that the second half of the season could very well be you know, back on pace, back on schedule, you know, regular schedule programming, as they say. So other than that, I guess that's about it. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you be notified every time I drop. If you like Bulls content, if you like Lonzo Ball content, Boston Celtics content, and a little bit of everything in between, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. Let me know y'all really messing with what I'm doing. And I'll catch y'all in the morning when I respond to the game tonight. So I'll holler at y'all.